It's no secret that as of today, the AI tools that we use on a daily basis are pretty fragmented, right? So there's a tool there, and then you switch to another platform there to do something else, and then you go to a third one, etc. We've seen that Canva likes to bring everything under one roof with the visual suite, like all your document formats, document types under one single workspace. They did it again with data visualization, merging the design power of Canva with data and bringing you tools like Canva Sheets and Create at Scale. And now let me show you how they are doing this again, but this time unifying the design power of Canva with the power of AI. So say hello to Canva AI, your all-in-one AI design/creation hub from which you can create everything you need. In this video, we are going to dive deeper into this new redesigned or unified Canva AI, and you will see we can do some amazing things. You can ask Canva to design for you or create all sorts of documents. We can generate copy with Magic Write. We can generate images powered by Leonardo and Dreamlab, and something more. You'll see. All right, I am here on the new homepage, and I want to show you there are two ways you can access this new hub for Canva AI. All right, the first one is when you look at your side menu right here. Previously, when you wanted to generate an image with Canva, with Dreamlab, you would click on the last button, the last tab right here of this menu that would say Dreamlab. Now, this is gone in the new Canva, but instead we have Canva AI. So this button right here, when I click here, I will be redirected to a hub. Let me zoom out so you can see. So you will find a few different tabs, a few different buttons where you can ask the AI to design for you, to create images, to draft documents or copy, or even to code for you. You will see a little microphone button so you can start chatting with the AI using voice command. So we'll try that. And above the chat box, you will find some quick buttons to navigate through your template library or even to all of your designs right here. So that's the first way to get there. And then the second way you can access the Canva AI Hub is from the homepage. You will locate this button right here on top of your usual search box that says Canva AI. You see, it says new Canva AI. So when you click on that button, you'll be redirected to the same AI Hub. And if you click again, you'll come back to your regular homepage. So this is a very convenient button. It's like a shortcut. You don't need to go to the sidebar and find Canva AI. You can simply click on that button to really quickly start chatting with the AI in this chat window right here. So this is kind of like bringing a bit of ChatGPT inside Canva, right? The idea of a chat box. The voice command is also a nice addition, and we'll get to this in a minute. So let's start seeing how it works. And our first use case will be to generate images. So there are a couple of changes to how you generate photos with Canva. Okay, it's still based on Dreamlab or Leonardo's models, but a few things have changed. It's still a freemium model, meaning that you will need credits to use the image generation tool, and pro users or paid users will have more credits on a monthly basis than free users. Free users, because it's a freemium, will still get to play around with the features. They might not have the full experience, but they will have a number of credits to play around with every month. If that doesn't change, it will be 500 credits per month for paid users and 50 per month for free users. Now, this might change, I'm not exactly sure. So, image generation. The way you start then, because there's no more Dreamlab button, is by coming to the AI Hub, okay, the Canva AI, and then click on Create an Image. Okay, so once you are in here creating images, you will see some new buttons right here. So the interface will evolve according to what you're trying to create. So here I have create an image. Now I have a second button, style. So these are all of your different styles, same as before. I don't think any new styles have been added. And then you have your aspect ratio. So far, nothing has really changed. So let's try the tool. I'm going to paste my prompt, create a friendly humanoid robot with a paintbrush in its hand. Then we have this plus button to add media. Again, this is not completely new. You can add media from your images that you have generated in Canva. So here, what I would like is to kind of like continue the style of this octopus little guy right here that I found very cute. And yeah, I would like to continue generating more images in that style. I have uploaded the image and now you see I have some more buttons popping up. The first one says match image. So this is quite new. So I can ask Canva to match the style of this image. In that case, it will use the colors and feel of my image, or I can match the design, use the arrangement and layout of your image. So when you upload a reference image, you have to choose between matching the style or matching the layout, basically. So these are two different things. Me, I would like to kind of match the style, right? And then we have this second button, the strength. And this is really how much of the reference image, how strong do you want your generated image to resemble the reference image? And we have three different levels here. The first one is subtle, so the results vary more and loosely follow the reference image. So this option would be the furthest away from the reference image. Then we have balanced. This is kind of like the intermediary level. The result keeps some key elements from the original or the reference photo with some changes. And then we have strong adherence to the reference image where the results will stay closer to the original reference image with some slight adjustment. I cannot fully read this sentence, but I imagine this word is slight adjustment. So I kind of want some strong adherence to my reference image. So create a friendly humanoid robot with a paintbrush in its hand. Okay, so all of this sounds good. Aspect ratio, I'll go for 16:9. This is great. And I'm going to start generating. So here, I don't think this will be fundamentally different from the previous experience of DreamLab. It's just that it's not called DreamLab anymore. It's called Canva AI. So there we go. We'll have 4 different results, 4 different outcomes right here. And each of them we can explore further. So for example, here I can play it full screen and I see the prompt detail. Okay, full prompt. I can show the entire prompt and we can see my prompt has been kind of beefed up or like elaborated on. I can see the resolution, the current resolution, which is not bad. And I see a new button called upscale. So upscale will increase the image resolution and clarity while preserving its original composition. And I believe upscale is a pro-only feature or paid-only feature because I see a little crown right here. So from here, I can take a few different options. The first thing I'm going to explore is this 3 little dot button. I can copy the image, report the image if I find it inappropriate, or I can delete it. If you copy the image and then switch over your editor, your document, and paste, the image will be pasted on your page. Very useful. Then you can open it in the editor. When you do so, it will create a design at the resolution, at the size of your photo and paste that image into the document. So here, if you remember, we can check the resolution is the same one as the one that was mentioned to me in the Canva AI Hub. Okay, right here. So, all right, so we've seen what we can do here. We can also copy the prompt to maybe paste it again into the chat window and modify it. Or we can also continue the conversation right here with the AI to ask for some adjustments. So this is new. This is something we didn't have in DreamLab, at least not like that. We had to copy the prompt and then modify the prompt. So what would you like to change? I could type something like get rid of the canvases, just leave the friendly robot. Let's try this. I'm going to send this follow-up prompt. And what's going to happen here, I can see an image being generated in the same aspect ratio, hopefully with the same robot. So molding pixels into perfection. Just give me a moment. All right, so this is my output. They didn't get rid of the canvases and the robot is not the same anymore. All right, so that didn't quite work as I envisioned. So what I'm going to do is to close that window, come back to my original prompt, this one right here. I'm gonna copy the prompt, come back to my prompt box right here, create a friendly humanoid robot with a paintbrush in its hand. I'm gonna add my same media, this one right here, use the image and relaunch the prompt. As everywhere, AI is an iterative approach. You will get some good results, you will get some not so good results. So this is the second attempt, and this time I'm gonna maybe beef up the prompt myself, like go a bit further. I like this one. This one is pretty cool. I like this robot. Let me read the entire prompt. Create a friendly cartoon-style humanoid robot with a paintbrush in its hand, standing in a vibrant art studio. Maybe I could get rid of this vibrant art studio because this is what brings me the canvases and the paint and the palettes of colors and the brushes and everything. So maybe that's the problem. The paintbrush should be held gently and the robot pose should convey a sense of playful, and the background should include paint, palettes, easels, and various art supplies. I'm gonna copy this prompt, and what I could do, come back to my chat window right here. I'm gonna paste the entire thing, okay, and I'm going to edit my prompt from here. Create a friendly cartoon-style humanoid robot, okay, standing. I'm gonna get rid of the studio thingy. Okay, the robot should have large expressive eyes, cheerful, copper-like sheen. Okay, paintbrush, the background. Okay, the background is plain. Let's delete everything about the background and let's just keep it there. Okay, you see my octopus has a kind of a plain background. So I'm gonna relaunch this prompt. All right, so I have these 4 robots. They look okay, but only one really has a nice pencil in its hand, and it's this one right here. This one has a peanut, this one has nothing, and this one has some sort of a magic wand slash weapon in his arm or in his hand. So I'm not gonna use this one. Let's see this one. Okay, this one is better. For the sake of this demo, I'm gonna work with this one image. I'm gonna try the upscale feature right here. But before I do so, I want to copy this image and bring it to my Canva document. I'm gonna paste that. There you go. Because I want to compare the original photo, the out-of-the-box photo, with the upscaled photo. Okay, so for this, coming back here, now I'm going to upscale this photo. This should be costing me some credits. You see, I started at 497, now I am at 492. I'm gonna click on it, and you see now the resolution upscaled is now 2944 by 1664. So we have definitely increased the resolution of this image. So again, I'm going to copy the image. There you go. Come back to my document right here, paste it, and now I should have a much better resolution. I'm going to copy this into a different page, all right, and make these full page. There you go. So it's the same aspect ratio, but we went from this one was 1472 to this one right here, which is 2944. So it seems like it has doubled the dimension of my original image. So upscaling will double the dimensions, if this is a rule. I'm not completely sure. All right, now I want to show you these two in full screen to see if we can spot any difference in the resolution. It's subtle, but this one is definitely a bit crisper. We see this with the eyes, okay? I'm looking at this on a relatively large screen, and yes, I can see that the upscaled image is crisper, is more detailed than the original one. Now, what I was telling you earlier about the power of having everything under one roof is what I'm going to show you now. Now I have my AI partner, aka Dreamlab, aka Leonardo, created this cool robot for me. How can I start designing and use this in Canva to create something that is really useful to me? Maybe this image is not super useful to me. Well, very easy. Let me create a new page right here. I'm gonna come to this photo of my robot, gonna click on it and start editing it with the edit button. I can do something like grabbing this robot. This is magic grab, okay? So I'm gonna click on it and also click on the pencil, the paintbrush that is holding. I can see the antennas have not been selected. Maybe I can try and select them. I'm gonna try and select everything like so. Okay, so the two antennas are not being selected, but it's okay. I'm going to grab this and see if I can redesign my slide then once I have this. Would have been nice to have the antennas. okay, but it's okay. And I could maybe put the robot right here and start designing. All right, so now I have little artist robot with the pencil, create images. So basically I'm trying to get closer and closer to the slide that I designed yesterday when preparing this tutorial, in which I followed the same steps. I guess I was just a little bit more lucky with the image generated. You see, I got this robot with a really cool pencil in its hand. All right, so that was the first thing Canva AI can do for me, to generate images. Now let's move over a second demo, and that is to create documents, to design for me. So back to my Canva AI hub, you'll see the first button says design for me. Previously, we were busy with create an image. Let's try design for me. When I click here, I will have different document types, okay? Social media, print, presentation, or logo. So I'm gonna click on logo. So I want you to design a logo, okay? Describe your idea and I will bring it to life. That sounds cool. But now I kind of want to try to use the voice command, like this little microphone right here. So my idea, still with the reference of my little octopus right here, I would like the AI to try to create a logo for me based on that reference image. So I will just say, basically, I would like a logo of an octopus, a purple octopus that resembles the one in the reference image. I'm going to launch this prompt and see what happens. This is very exciting. This is the first time I talk to Canva. This could potentially open up some really cool possibilities in Canva. Imagine I can start talking to Canva and telling it what kind of design I want and how I want the designs to be edited. That would be super cool. All right, so I have my first batch of octopus logos, Ocean Guardians. I don't know where it came up with this idea. Like, I never mentioned any name, but I guess it's part of the logo creation, logo drafting process to add a name, probably change that name if I wanted, but it gives me the option. Octostar, Octostar, Octopus Star. So let's keep building here and see if I can you make the octopus look more friendly, like big expressive eyes, more in the cartoon style. Okay, this time I'm not going to tweak my prompt. I just want to send it like so. I want to kind of push the limit, see how much of the context Canva understands my voice prompts. Because this is important. If I said something like this to ChatGPT, it would probably understand. It would definitely put it in the context of the conversation. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like it worked, except for the first one. I don't know what went on there. All right, so I see maybe this is the skin of an octopus, and this too, like it does look like so. Okay, out of the two octopuses, I think I like this one a little bit better. It has more details to it. This one is okay, but this one looks slightly friendlier. All right, so from here, I only have the option to use in the Canva editor. I don't have all the other options that the image generation gave me. So let's do this. Let's open this up right here in the Canva editor. And now, just like I did for my images, I can start tweaking. I can start playing around with this image. So maybe I can try isolating the octopus from the background. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna click on the photo, click edit, and see again with Magic Grab, or I could use, I could probably use the background remover. Let's see with Magic Grab. Let's see if it's even possible. Yeah, it seems so. And I can spot a new feature here. It says foreground. What is foreground? So it's a new way of selecting, because this is selecting everything. So let's go back to click. Yeah, I would like the octopus only. Perfect. This seems good. I hope it will include the little cushions here on the tentacles. Let's see. I'm gonna grab this octopus, come to my second page right here, and I'm gonna paste it. All right, now I can move this octopus around, and I can see indeed all the details have been kept, so I can be confident about this. Delete it from its background and paste it on my second page right here, which looks good. Now I can simply add a nice background. Let's add like a nice playful background right here. Make this slightly smaller. Could have the name of my brand around this. And you see how from basically nothing, I generated this logo with AI based on a reference image, and now I was able to generate a completely new octopus that looks friendly, bring it to my Canva design, and then start tweaking, start designing with the Magic Studio features. Now, I agree, most of these features will be Canva Pro features, and the AI tool, the Canva AI, will need some credits to work. So that's the freemium model. But all in all, this really saved me a bunch of time, like especially for creating logos. Let's come back to the hub here, to Canva AI, and see what else we can do with design for me. Okay, so logo was just one of the things. I could design a presentation. So let's click on presentation, describe your idea. Let's use the voice command. The feeding habits of octopuses. All right, that's good. Let's generate that. I would like a presentation about the feeding habits of octopuses. So Canva AI is thinking, sure thing, just give me a moment, I'll do that for you. It's mapping out design elements. All right, so I have a few presentations that are suggested to me. This reminds me of Magic Design. For those of you who've had the chance to experiment with that in Canva, they kind of teased that to us, they tried it, and then they deleted it. Now it's coming back, and it's right here in Canva AI. All right, so yeah, I have a few different versions. Okay, so this one has 4 pages. This one has 8 pages, looks more complete. So what it has done here, it has generated some real information, you see, like about octopuses and how they eat. The design is not great. So let's have a look at the other ones. This one also design not so great, but I do have some testimonials from octopuses and meet our team of non-octopuses people. Okay, so this one, no, but the first one I'm intrigued with because the design looked cool. Okay, feeding habits of octopuses. So you see what I have here is basically 4 different options of presentation, first draft. I would say this is really designed to give us something to chew on, like a first draft to really start working with. I can see here a button that says color. So I imagine I can choose a color palette. And you see Canva is going to adapt some of the colors of this template directly to this style I have chosen here. I want to use this in the editor to again show you where you can go from here. So I have this base. Now, from here, I can come back and use Magic Write, for example, to change this text, to make it bigger, or to make it smaller in terms of length of the text, to change the tone, do all the things you can do with Magic Write, really. You see, more fun, more formal, exactly, like change the tone of voice. You can add your own tone of voice, generate AI voice, generate a quiz. So these are new features that we'll cover later in a later video in this playlist. All right, enough for this demo about generating documents or crafting designs for me. I think this works reasonably well. It has some room for improvement, obviously, but this is the beginning, okay? Things don't work great out of the box. They will need some tweaking, some training, especially because it's AI. Let's move on to drafting copy, okay? I want to see what's new in Canva AI when it comes to writing, to drafting stuff for me. All right, I'm back to the AI Hub, the AI Studio. Don't know how Canva wants me to call it yet. Something that I didn't mention so far in the video is that each of these functionalities, right? So design for me, create an image, they will have their own dedicated prompt history. So for example, here I can just scroll down and see all of the image I generated. These ones were generated with the previous Dreamlab. So that's create an image. Design for me, you see here, I would see a first section in the hub about my recent chats. If I want to see them all, I can click here and it will open, really kind of like ChatGPT style, a historic of my different chats with the AI. I can change the title right here, very simple, like any other Canva design. And I can also delete the chat. I will see my chats from today and my previous chats from previous weeks. Now, I would love to see these chats being organized into folders, just like ChatGPT projects. That would be amazing. Maybe that's coming. But hey, you can find your recent chats right here. You can collapse this panel if you want with this little button here, close menu, so you have the full screen experience. Now, let's move on to the next button, draft a doc. So drafting a doc, the name could be a little bit misleading because it's not just a Canva doc. You can draft anything you want here. And let me show you the proof of that when you use the type button. Which type of doc? Well, you click here and you have all sorts of documents. You can draft a blog post, a summary, outline, social post, etc., etc. Social media stuff like tweets, an email, a letter, a story. It can go pretty deep what you can do here. And I want to explore a little bit. So you see, if you continue scrolling this hub right here, you scroll down, you'll find some examples. So write a blog post about caring for houseplant. Okay. So there are different types of documents here. All right, so let's select a tweet. My prompt is the following: to announce our new Canva Create playlist. Okay, so draft a doc tweet, okay, to announce a new Canva Create playlist. I hope it's not gonna create a document, but if I get rid of this, I cannot select my document type, so a tweet. So if I want to select tweet, I have no choice but to have drafted doc first. All right, let's try this. Let's see what happens. All right, so as I expected, Canva is going to create a document in which it's going to talk about the playlist. So it's giving me some good information about the playlist, but I didn't ask for a document. So let's go back. And I think I pretty much need to tell it. So create a tweet to announce our new Canva Create playlist. So now it should probably create a tweet. There you go. So there is definitely a little bit of things to be fine-tuned here, but the result is here. I mean, exciting news, creators, and so I have my tweet right here. So from here, I can select it, copy it. I can create a doc based on this text, okay? Or I can simply, again, like continue the conversation. So you see, this is pretty cool. You can use Canva, kind of like ChatGPT. You can continue the conversation. You can still use the voice commands. You just have to figure out the best way to prompt, because the buttons here, the user experience, the user interface was a little bit misleading in my case. Maybe that's me who didn't really fully understand. And then there is this intriguing code for me button. But I will keep this one for the next video in our playlist, in which I will tell you everything I know about Canva code, and we'll start building some pretty cool stuff together.